What's up, gamers, gamies, and gameheads? My name is John, and welcome back to History Nubia Cannot Be Cured, aka Kachuna. Last time, basically, we had a nice little chat with AI, which was pretty chill, pretty good. And you know, she sat next to us like on her own, which she usually doesn't do. And also, we talked with Miss Megumi about the project. And right now, we're gonna have this selection of choices on which one should we choose. Like, should we check out the art? Should we check out the writing? Should we check out the music? Check out everything. Quickly finish up. But since we were gonna make sure, let's just like check everything out. I decided to go check on everything without focusing on anything in particular. This way I can see how everyone's doing, so I can have something to report to Miss Megumi if she ever comes in again. First, I head to our blondie-haired writer, who is currently busy drafting scenes and ideas for the game. Hey, Sumiki, how's it going? What the heck? She doesn't even look up, just rapidly typing on her laptop and occasionally jotting down some words in the notepad next to her. Great so far. That's good to know. How far in are we? Right now, we are at the first checkpoint right before the first boss battle. Has Taka already programmed that? She just gives me a serious look. Perhaps you should try asking him instead. I frown, scratching my head. No nonsense and all business. That's Sumiki's alright. Fine, I'll ask him. Sigh, and I head over to Takaharu next. He appears to be working on some of the prototypes in the in-game battles. Seeing that makes my mind wander off to the virtual world that we're building, where people fight for what they think is right to protect things or persons they hold dear to them, even if it costs them their life. I open my mouth to say something, but he only gives me a dismissive wave. Sheesh, this guy. I frown at him moving away, but I can only chuckle to myself at how hard he's working. Oh, what do you know? When Taka sets his mind on something, it really is set. I walk over to the couch in order to watch AI doing her magic on the paper. With how beautiful her art is, magic is only a suitable term. Hey AI, what's up? As expected, she doesn't respond, barely even showing any signs of having notice of my presence. Not like I expected her to show any emotion towards me anyway. Yeah, sure. Are those new sketches for our game? Leaning over a bit, I inch closer to her in order to get a better look. The current page on her sketchbook is filled with dozens and dozens of sketches and drawings of different characters for our game. I can't help but feel a little happy seeing them in development like that. Wow, your art is really lovely, isn't it? Suddenly AI stops sketching. No, there's something wrong. I just blink at her in surprise. Half because of what she said and half because she said anything at all. What could be wrong? It looks perfect to me. AI shakes her head, looking quite grim. The style is weird to me. I don't like it. You don't like your own drawing? I don't like this style. It's different. But I think it looks nice, AI. No, I shall practice more to get better. Well, that's good. There's always room for improvement, as they say. She just gives me a death glare, and I realize I'm probably overstaying my welcome over her beloved couch. Alright, I'll leave you alone to your work now. Do your best. AI nods and looks back down on her sketchpad. Finally, the last one on the list. Hey Yui, what's up? Yui, however, with a large pair of headphones over her ears, doesn't seem to hear me. With a sigh, I walk over to her and pat her gently on the shoulder. She whirls around in surprise, ready to fight with me. Whoa, Yui, it's me, chill. Damn it, June, you surprised me. Sorry. Just wanted to know, how's it going with the music? Why don't you judge it for your own? She removes the headphones from her own ears and puts it over mine. My own. I didn't know It was nice to actually have headphones to listen with music with. My emotion must have been pretty visible on my face because Yui grins at me happily.
Good?
Amazing!
But of course, it was me who made it.
She looks obviously pleased with herself. I have to admit, even I'm feeling pretty happy right now. Everything's going good and I'm almost scared to close my eyes only to wake up to a dream. This isn't a dream, is it? Oh, Miss Magoo came back. Just as I'm about to sit back down on my seat, the door suddenly opens and in comes our club advisor, looking really happy. It's weird how sometimes she looks really passive, and emotionless, while sometimes she's nothing but a bubbling ball of pure energy. I guess today is one of the energetic days. You're back early, miss. She flashes me a bright smile before replying.
Well, there are many things to do in the lounge, so I decided just to come back here.
By lounge, she's probably talking about the teacher's lounge, also known as the faculty room in other schools. I have no idea why they make it sound so classy here. It's because just the place where teachers get to work anyway.
Anyway, how's it going again?
It's only been a few hours.
I know, this is just exciting.
I guess it's going great.
I wonder if I should check on every hour from now on.
I assure you, that won't be necessary.
Oh, really?
She seems a little disappointed, but quickly bounces back to her energetic self to that moment she remembers something.
By the way, I just heard from some teachers over at the lounge that some new laptops were delivered this morning.
She grins at me mischievously.
Was that for your team by any chance?
Oh yeah, we still haven't used all of our budgets, so we used it to buy newer models. I think faster machines can carry up our progress speed. The truth is, my parents actually provided some funding for this project of mine. It's a little thing for them, considering that they are donate a sizable sum of money to this school every year, something that there's nothing to do with me. That's why I told them my plan was pursuing a game development project that's pretty much said nothing about it and just asked me if I was going to need the funds. I guess in their way of making up for all the time they couldn't be with me, showering me with anything I want. I don't usually want things for myself though, just the ability to provide for my team with everything we need is enough for me. Miss Megumi knows that. I mean, even Miss Magoo. Okay.
Well, that's true. Anyway, you should see all their faces, especially Kagigari's advisor. That guy is exactly like his student, I'm telling ya.
Miss, what if anyone hears you?
I really don't care if they hear the truth. So, any specific progress updates?
For the first time in quite some time, I actually feel good upon hearing this question. Since you left a few hours ago?
Yep, who knows? Once the outlines are done, everything else should be a breeze.
I give her an incredible look, knowing that there's no way that could be true. The really challenge has only begun.
Well, I'm glad to say that we're making incredible progress, miss. Incredible progress?
Her eyes sparkle as if there was only waiting for a funny joke to be told to her. Yeah, in all aspects of the game. The writing, the art, the music, the programming, everything's progressed pretty fast. Miss Megumi nods appreciatively.
In just a few hours? That's definitely good news.
I think so too. And I think it's funny that just a few weeks ago I was feeling hurt all over everyone's lack of enthusiasm, but now it seems like everyone's starting to be more hardworking. My club advisor gives me a kind smile.
That's why you should always have faith in them, June.
Yeah, I know that.
Good. So, does this mean we're all on our way to the auditions now?
She giggles a little bit. Hopefully, yeah.
That's the spirit, with enthusiasm.
I'm sure you can make it, June.
I'm glad I picked your team.
Thank you, miss. I looked around the room. I can see that everyone is pouring their hearts and souls into this. With every sketch, every scene, every note, line of code, I can feel us getting closer to our dreams of creating our own game. It's a fantastic feeling, one I wouldn't trade for anything else. Transition. I wake up to the sound of my alarm beeping loudly beside me. Oh shoot. I hurriedly gather all my things before heading out to the bathroom. Before I can get there, though, somebody suddenly knocks loudly on my door. That can't possibly be Shiro or Sumiki, but those two won't even try to knock. I give it a little thought, thinking that it was probably one of our maids. Maybe Shiro needs to send a message to Sanya again. Yeah, come in. The door opens and to my surprise my mother comes in with a small smile on her face.
Good morning, June.
No way, this is normal. Hey, isn't there anything, wrong?
Oh, no, dear. Just wanted to check up on you.
She chuckles slightly as I stare in her disbelief. Did my ears deceive me? How long is it since she last checked up on me in the morning? Heck, how long has it since she checked on me in person? Oh, I'm doing great, I guess, just running late.
Ah, right. Well, Dad and I are pretty free today, so we could take you and the girls to school if you like.
I looked at her as she also offers me a hopeful smile. In my mind, I'm thinking for reasons why they have free time all of a sudden. Did they just snag some high-level partnership with another company and decided to celebrate by taking a day off? Perhaps they just remembered they actually had a son. Nevertheless, I shake my head and smile politely, refusing her offer. It's fine, I'm sure the driver's already waiting downstairs. The looks of disappointment on her face doesn't escape me, but I do my best to ignore it, seeing as she's trying to hide it away. Anyway, at this point, I'm particularly a master at hiding disappointments. After all, I had to hide my own all these years.
Oh, I see. If you need any more assistance with your little project, Dad and I will be more than willing to help.
Little project, huh?
Yes, thank you.
She smiles again, looking quite pleased with herself. Oh, you should have just get her.
As long as if it's a financial help, then we can certainly provide that for you, honey. Don't hesitate to ask us all at all, okay? Cool, hey, I'm running late, so if you don't mind, can we just talk some other time?
Again with a disappointing look. I feel a tiny pinch in my heart, but I quickly shoo it away.
Alright then, I'll see you after school. Tell me about your day later, okay?
Later? The later that never comes? As a child, whatever I try to make her and my father watch me use my powers, they just tell me, later son. Whenever I try to tell them about my plans of getting into a game development, they just tell me, later son. Whenever I try to actually do something with me, the only thing they ever tell me, later son. Eventually you just stop trying. Okay, later then.
Take care, darling.
You too. I bite my tongue before I can say the M word. I don't remember how long it's been since I last used that word to refer to her directly, but I don't plan to restart the count now. She closes the door behind her, leaving me standing in the middle of my room, staring at the spot where she had just been on a spot a moment ago. For a few seconds, I found myself unable to move. The beeping of my alarm clock signaling that 10 minutes has passed since the last alarm snaps me out of my trance. June, you're late, and you're so dead. I rushed over to my bathroom, making a sweet gesture to slide to the door open. Transition. Ha! See, my power still works. I wish the door opened, and it did. Stupid June, you don't ever doubt yourself again. Laughing to myself, I let the water run over to my whole body, washing everything away, including the tears that are falling from my cheeks. Okay, another week of school has passed, and we're starting to get into the habits of trying to achieve at least one small goal each day. But something that seems almost insignificant, like one scenario written, one spirit art drawn, one set of the in-guide sound effects created, and one RPG element implanted. We're starting to appreciate every little thing. And I think it's something good, because by doing so, we get something concrete from our labor of love. Through those little things, we get to see that our hard work isn't just going to waste.
Could you please take a look at the new scenario idea, June?
Okay, give me a sec. I quickly finish up a mock flow chart I'm doing now for the story organization, making sure to hit save a couple of times before I leave the keyboard. Once I'm done, I stand up and head over to Sumiki's desk. However, before I can reach her, another voice calls out to me.
Wait, before you do that, can you check out with the new piece that I'm starting on?
Yui lifts one side of our headset, and as she looks at me unexpectedly, I try to tell her to wait after I check out Sumiki's work, but Takahara cuts me off.
Dude, take a look at the piece code we can use for this scene.
I have no idea what he's found, but he looks so excited that he's practically bursting. Meanwhile, my head is starting to ache. All these different calls are getting overwhelmingly really quickly. Guys, as I turn around, I come face to face with AI's blank expressionless face as she holds out her sketch pad for me.
It's ink.
AI, you surprise me. ... She tilts her head to side, looking confused. I glance all around me, suddenly feeling overwhelmed. And not the entirely good way.
June. Yo, June.
Sorry about blocking Takahara. I'm ready to tell them that asked me one in time, but slamming out of the door interrupts my Kaguri, oh shit,
June.
Wait, are my ears deceiving me? The last person I ever wanted to call my name now has entered in our team's room. Kagura, what are you doing here? He gives me an arrogant smirk that matches the overconfident glints in his eyes.
Oh, just checking things out. Trying to see what kind of dump you're working here.
I glance at my teammates. They all look pretty pissed, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like anyone is up for a fight. Not that I'm looking for one either. Is that all you have to say? Didn't you think you'd be free that you actually have time to visit us here?
I'll have you know that my team is already, on their way developing our newest game. That's right, our newest game.
I like the new music. Alright.
But what about your team? Have you ever made a single one? No. That's so.
He walks around the small room, obviously appraising everything with that cold, arrogant look of his. Back when this building was first established for different clubs, it was advisors who had to assign which clubs got which floors and which teams or groups got the rooms. Kagori's group was given the biggest room in the entire floor, while mine was given the smallest one. It's no surprise considering that we're newbies and they're pros as far as the publishing history is concerned. But that doesn't mean that we don't have skills to pave our way to the top.
You have absolutely nothing to show. Just give up and accept defeat.
I try to stare him down, but it's no use. Kick his ass. Alright, Kigori is way too proud of himself to back down. Not here, at least, when he has no image to preserve. Just you wait. We'll show you. Suddenly, Kagori looks over to Takaharu, whose computer screen is currently on the new code he's experimenting with. My friend and teammates immediately tries to cover it with his body before Kagori can get any closer to inspection. Hey, not fair. The rivals group leader looks at him in contempt, shaking his head.
You were the one of the best programmers of all of Sapporo Fukuyama. It's a shame you chose to be in a loser group.
That's what you say.
Keh.
Kagori turns around, making his way back to the door. He reaches out for the door handle before he turns, he suddenly looks back at us once more.
Anyone who associates themselves with this person is only bound to get themselves in trouble.
And with that, he leaves, shutting the door surprisingly calmly behind him. I can't help but ponder on his words for a moment, though. The way he says them makes it feel like that he exactly knows what he was talking about. But what was he even talking about? Even I don't understand it. I turn right to my teammates, hoping that this is just a bolt out of the memory of Kagara's visit from out of my mind. Don't mind that guy. He just can't accept that we're making progress. Let's see what you guys are doing, or what were you guys doing earlier? With an expected smile on my face, I wait for them to call me over and have a look at their respective works. However, they just sit there and make another sound. Oh, the music cheers. Hey guys. Yahoo! To the team, are you there? Yuri gives me a half attempted to do any eye roll. The rest didn't even try to acknowledge my sorry joke. My expected smile turns into a worried frown. Hey, what's wrong? Everyone? Still nothing. Mia just takes a deep breath, but she doesn't say anything. It seems like Kagori's little visit had done more damage than I thought. And to be honest, I'm not even sure that it would be easy to repair this. Stop doubting yourself, June. Of course it will be easy. I forced myself to put the biggest happy grin I could muster. Screw embarrassment. I just want my team to go back to normal. I go around the room talking to them one by one to get them out of their sudden lack of motivation. Hey. Everyone, cheer up. Yui gives me a half disgusted, half disappointed look.
For what for?
Finally a reaction.
What for? For continuing our awesome project, maybe. Pshh.
Tsumiki sighs, shaking her head.
We are at an absolutely disadvantage.
I frowned at her words.
Says who? Kagara?
Tsumiki shrugs. I can tell she wants to say yes, but she doesn't want to give his words any credit. Somehow I want to ask myself if I'm exactly the same.
Have you ever believed in Kagara? No, but I will always believe in the truth. And the truth is that we are in disadvantage as compared to the other teams, let alone Kagara's. I wave my hand dismissively in her direction. Come on now, don't be such a downer, Sumiki. You know that's not true. Kagori's just a show-off.
AI wipes her head to look at me.
Kagori's group is winning. Truth. Even you, AI?
Dots. I sigh in frustration. No matter how I pumped up a leader I could be, it's still hard to win a battle when his own warriors are demotivated. There's only one thing left to do. I close my eyes to concentrate hard. God, no, please don't. Even without seeing their faces, I know they must be really surprised right now. I never really tried summoning my power while facing somebody, but now it is an important exception. I am now trying to use my powers to get all you to cheer up. With this, when I open my eyes, you will be able to smile in happily. Kagori doesn't matter. None of his words matter. What matters is that we never give up. Not on our project, and definitely not in each other. Hearing not a single peep from them, I slowly open my eyes. Dang, to my disappointment, only their blank faces greet me. Aww. Oh, I guess it didn't work again today, huh? Why do I even bother? I already know deep down it might not work. Why do I keep on hoping? This sucks, even I'm starting to feel depressed now. To my surprise, Anne suddenly approaches me.
Thank you, June.
Aww. She gives me a small smile, much to my shock. AI. I look at the other two girls, only to see them both smile as well. Aww.
You're a really silly guy, you know that. Yes, he is a silly man indeed.
I have no clue what they're talking about, but I'm just glad to see their happy faces.
Yui, Sumiki. Thank you for trying to cheer us up. It was wrong for us to feel down over Kagura's words.
Hey, I'm just happy that you look all pretty chipper now.
Yeah, all thanks to you, unfortunately.
Takahara. With a grin, I looked over to Takahara, only to see him still slumping over at his computer desk. In fact, it doesn't seem like he even noticed what has transpired between me and the girls. Then again, it's probably for the better. The emotional beating he took from Kagura's words must have been really bad. I can almost see the dark clothes hanging over his head right at this moment. Hey, Taka, don't pay any attention to whatever Kagura said.
I'm serious. You shouldn't even bother thinking about it. You know it's not true, right?
Takahara looks up at me, but I can see that he's not even convinced at all. I sigh, moving closer towards him, hoping that he gets to my point across. If I can only get any closer to him, though, just words, perhaps I can try moving physically. Try moving physically closer. Not sure if I would even matter, but anything worth a shot at this point.
Taka, look here.
Thankfully, he does direct my gaze towards me.
You weren't one of the best programmers in school. You are one of the best programmers. No matter what he says, Kagori can't change that fact.
My male comrade turns away from me, but I can see, at least from the way his posture changed from up until a moment ago, that a cloud was raining hard on him earlier and is finally no more.
Dude, that's pretty touching. I was almost expecting you two to kill you.
I smile thoroughly gritted teeth.
Kitamura, shut up.
She just smirks at me as the other two start smiling as well. Looks like the atmosphere in this room has finally lightened considerably. Even Takahara seems to have fully recovered now. He is grinning at us. He's hoping that Kagori's words wouldn't follow him home. It's hard to take emotional blows more than you're aware than they have a bias. In Takahara's case, that was completely wrong for Kagori to target him when he's fully aware that he was only lying. Takahara is and has always have been one of the best programmers in the school, let alone in this club. He may think I'm a loser, but he shouldn't insult my friends as well. And the thing is, I think exactly why we should be even more motivated to prove him wrong. AI's small voice finally shatters the last of the silence.
Would you mind taking a look at my sketch, June?
I smiled at her, nodding at my head.
That would be my pleasure, AI.
Aw. Yuri suddenly stands up, pointing towards her laptop and headphones.
Hey, no fair, take a look at mine first.
Later, AI's first. Sumiki stands up as well as she pushes her notepad towards my face. I hold up one to cover my face from her assault. Hey, Sumiki, be careful with that thing. You could have killed me with that. Afterwards, I chuckled a bit, intending for it to be a joke. Look on her face shows that how gravely serious she is, though.
Wait a minute, I was first. Yui, AI? This isn't fair.
She stomps hard on the ground, literally and figuratively, putting one foot down.
I demand justice.
Yui just gives her a cheeky grin.
The early bird catches the worm, Sumiki.
The blonde-haired girl glares at her angrily, stepping 1 foot towards.
That is simply not the fairness it is.
Yuri starts walking away, a half scared and half amused look on her face.
I demand fairness. Justice.
Before we can figure out what's happening, Sumiki suddenly hits Yui with a dusting brush, which seemingly pulled out of nowhere. Yui starts running around the small room, trying to get away with a very serious Sumiki.
Whoa, girl, this girl can be crazy when she wants to, huh? June, stop her.
I just laugh alongside AI and Takahara as we watch their silly antics. Even Sumika has already a small smile on her face. Seems like she's enjoying this. Yui's still running around, obviously obvious to Sumiki's changed expression. Oh well, I'll let them run around for a while.
June, help me. No.
Just a few moments ago, everyone in the team looked so down that it was almost seemed like they had given up completely. Who would have guessed that this would it would be them mere minutes that completely recovered? I don't give a damn what Kagori had to say about my team. To me, I can possibly ask anything for more. So AI, let's see. I turn to AI, trying to keep my face as straight as possible. She looks at me with innocent eyes, obviously trying to deny the existence of the cat and mouse game happening behind us as well.
Yes? What is it, June? I mean, you were just showing us the sketch, pretty much.
Takara just chuckles, shaking his head.
I got the craziest teammates. So do I.
We laughed together, momentarily forgetting every worry we had in the world. Transition. Now that our group meeting for the day is over, I still have a lot of free time for other things. I wonder what should I do? Alright, let me quick say it before I continue. Alright, we're gonna go with the library, continuing. Alright, let's go. I decided to stay to the library for a while, hoping the peace and the serenity of the place would calm me down even just a little bit before going home. If only I can wish and not just hope. I glanced down at my hands. But what can I ever hope from you, of all the things? It's funny, just a few hours ago, when I was still with the team, I was already feeling happy. But now that I'm alone, all the negative emotions from earlier come rushing back to me. I'm pretty certain that if I go home in this state, I'll only mope around and lament about all things going wrong in my life again. I'm tired of all this roller coaster ride. If only I can get down, I would. Sighing, I walked to my favorite aisle, the one with the Rubber Man comics. Well, it's nice to see you again, Mr. Rubberman. The face of the cover just grins widely at me, looking like it's got no care in the world. I wish I could be as happy as you all the time. Flipping the comics open, I head to the nearest table. Sitting there is a girl that with familiar blue hair, none other than AI, of course. I clear my throat to announce my presence, though I know that it probably doesn't have any effect on AI anyways. I guess I should take a seat then. I sit down, laying my comic flat down on the table. Lazily I scroll through the pages, hardly paying any attention to my adventures of the Rubber Man. No matter what happens, he'll have his friends with him anyway. He's probably known that. That's why he's always taking all these crazy risks. If only I can have just half his guts, I think I could be quite content. But no, all of my unreliable powers and even more unreliable self. Maybe Kagori was right, maybe I'll never be able to reach where he is right now. Maybe just... What are you thinking? AI's face suddenly appeared in front of mine, shocking me quite a bit, causing me to make a pretty loud sound inside the library. A couple of heads turned angrily towards us, understandably so. One of the girls nearby the table even puts her finger on her lips, shushing me with a pissed off look on her face. Sorry. AI just looks back at me unblinkingly and seemingly obviously to all of the attention that we are garnered because of her little act. You got a problem, don't you? How can you tell? She gestured towards the comic book on the table, the Rubber Man's grinning face staring up on the ceiling. The comics. That's not how you read read comics. To my surprise, she makes a mimicking action of how I read comics, which is usually a face-paced and emotion-filled. Oh, that is true. I may be a little bit down today, just a little bit. Nodding, she flips her sketchbook, closes, and places a pencil inside the spiral metal holding the sheets of paper together. So, you're depressed? I shake my head in defiance. No, of course not. I'm not depressed, just a little sad. How come? How come? What do you mean, how come? How come you're sad? She looks so expressionless as she says this, as almost unconcerned about her home life had been back overseas. Every time I try to approach this topic, she tries avoiding me, starts avoiding me or anything that can remind me though. That's why I decide hiding things and let her discover things on her own, without her telling me. Well, I'm sad because I'm not sure. She tilts her head to the side ever so slightly. Don't you know? What she's doing, she's making me so uncomfortable. If you don't know, then you are depressed. Hey, don't just diagnose me so easily like that. A couple of other people turned towards us again, looking both irritated and annoyed. AI wrinkles her nose at a little outburst.
You've been getting weird lately.
Weird?
You haven't been acting normal.
I frowned at her, taking offense slightly.
What do you mean? Normal June is always happy and enthusiastic. And you're not. That's very weird if you ask me.
I look away from her, feeling sadder all of a sudden. A guy can have his days off sometimes, you know. My eyes fall off the Rubberman comic still lying on the table. You know the comic series that I'm always reading. AI glances at the comic and nods slowly.
It's about the Rubberman who can only goes on adventures by himself so he can become a pirate king. Is he depressed?
I sighed, pinching the bridge of my nose in frustration.
No, but there are some days where he's not feeling really happy either, and that's perfectly fine. Just because someone is always happy doesn't mean he's 100% happy. Maybe he's 60% of all the time, or even 80% of the time, but 100 is just impossible. AI just stares at me curiously. Even the Rubberman, who's always smiling and laughing and overcoming obstacles with his teammates, sometimes feel weak under the weight of his problems. And nobody gives him both weight. And you, what's your happiness percentage?
My eyes flick back to AI.
Happiness percentage? Jeez, AI. There's really no study to say it's true, but to be honest, even I can't tell what mine is. I guess I just have to rely on my own guesses then. But judging from what I'm feeling now, I can tell that it's not very high. I think you're a weird person if you think you can't be happy now at whatever percentage you're in.
She leans closer to me. Oh, her sapphire eyes prudent me for an answer.
No matter how small the percentage of happiness may be, it's still not zero. And that's important, isn't it?
For a few moments, we just stare at each other. Neither one of us say a single word. Finally, she moves away. Her hands quickly settle on her sketchpad, lying close on her table.
Don't be sad anymore, June. Whatever it is you're sad about, it isn't going to be worth it for a long run.
She gives a small smile before going back to her sketches again. Oh, I just look at her drawing peacefully, looking as emotionless as her porcelain doll, my bad. If only her hand wasn't moving so rapidly across the page, she could have been mistaken for a doll. A doll who rarely speaks, but anyways has something wise to say to me. Huh, interesting. Alright. I go back to the Rubberman comics, picking off where I left. Glancing at AI, I whispered my words of gratitude to her, knowing full well she's no longer paying attention to me. And strangely to me right now, it's perfectly fine. Transition.
Mrs. Izumi, pay attention. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it off for right here for right now. We're going to find out what's going to happen next time. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from wherever from. So peace out and sayonara guys. Bye bye.